Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Gummy Worms here, or John, whichever. Bringing you another game of Dota 2 with my good friend, co-commentator, and statsman.
Dan or Sproutt. I don't care.
Look, man, we've discussed our sweet monikers. But now we're getting into this ranked game, possibly a team game, who knows, against X Zone versus, I don't know, they're just all GG dot, so who knows, we'll see. Getting right into it, bans and picks, Faceless Void and Razor. Still really strong heroes. They didn't really receive any big sort of change in 6.82. Just sort of balances and nerfs in general. Void's ulti got fixed, and Razor I think just got some general nerfs. It wasn't too significant actually, to be honest.
No, the only big nerf is that if he goes into Aegis because he died, and he had both ults going, they both stop. That's about it. Oh, and Static Link costs more mana now later in the levels, but oh well.
Yeah, and his damage got rescaled on his Q. So not a big deal, but, you know, still some things worth mentioning here.
Yeah.
Again, they are still really strong heroes in the meta. Faceless Void, you know, he's got stats and he's got carry potential. Like, what more do you need?
Yeah.
Silencer getting banned out. I think the reason he's going to be a much bigger pick is I think we're going to see a lot... Now, this is sort of my personal opinion. I haven't watched many pro games yet this patch, but I think we're going to start seeing a lot more Disruptor and Silencer, because I think heroes that can make big impacts in team fights, so like Silencer's ulti or like Disruptor's ulti, those heroes I think are going to see a bit of a resurgence, mainly because this patch definitely focuses a lot more on team fights.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if we see more Silencer and Disruptor picks just in general, because those are two heroes sort of off the top of my head that can really impact a team fight with sort of kind of minimal effort.
Yeah, you say that, and then just this morning I watched, at 4 a.m. this morning, I watched a Tiny Wisp combo destroy Tide, Sand King, Death Prophet combination? Death Prophet picked. Like, yeah. Tiny Wisp is still powerful, and people forget that. And also his toss does damage to towers, which I learned this morning.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, Tiny I don't think really received a nerf this patch.
No.
I don't even think was touched this patch.
No, he wasn't.
So, yeah. But the heroes that, you know, Death Prophet did get a slight nerf to her ulti. It has a longer cooldown. I don't think Tidehunter got anything too significant.
Just rescaling on his Anchor Smash, the percent reduction goes from 40 to 60, I think.
Yes, I believe you're correct. Anywho.
45 to 60. Right, so not that bad.
So looking at these bans, or not bans, picks, Dirk. Sorry, I read the word ban. I was like, oh, no. So looking at the picks here. In the Radiant side, we got Death Prophet, Tidehunter. Death Prophet most likely middle, Tidehunter most likely the offlane there.
Yeah.
Common picks, nothing too crazy to talk about there. Ogre Magi, Shadow Shaman, most likely the supports. But I'm gonna bring up Reddit real briefly. Real briefly.
No.
Ogre Magi offlane.
No. Too easily killed. No escape mechanism. If going up against a tri-lane would get destroyed. Because remember, this is a Captain's Mode team game, so they actually know how to fight each other.
I'm just saying, I think the only argument you have right there is no escape. Because, you know, but Ogre Magi, he's an interesting hero. He got buffed. His base health regen is 2.5 at level 1. He has, I think, 8 armor, if I'm not mistaken, and his strength gain is through the roof. I believe it's sitting at, I want to say 3, if I'm not mistaken. Like a flat 3 gain. So Ogre Magi has the health, he's got the armor. Ignite does a metric F-ton of damage, especially at the max level. Just incredible amounts of damage. Fire Blast is still, well...
He's 3.2 on his strength gain.
Okay, 3.2, sorry. His Fire Blast is a huge nuke. We have an IO in the game, real quick. Just quick distraction from this. And not only that, his ulti gives him some... His ulti, well, yes, it is pure skill. You know, it does give him this sort of interesting nuke potential and just general getting up in everyone's grill. His ulti did get buffed too. The 2 times chance, I believe, was doubled across the board, if I'm not mistaken. I might be slightly mistaken on that. It might have just been rescaled, but I know it did receive some sort of buff.
Wow. Freaking Ogre Magi's strength gain is on par with Doom and Pudge, who are actually strength heroes.
Ogre Magi, when he was first introduced, was actually a strength hero.
Oh, why do you get
reading
int?
Because a strength Ogre Magi was way too OP.
Yeah, probably.
Because like you just pick up like Reaver and or you just pick up like Heart of Tarask and never die while throwing spells everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just take a look at some of these last bans here. We banned out the Viper, we banned out the Ember Spirit, and looking at the picks, we got a Tinker on X Zone coming in. Tinker received a pretty significant nerf, and it actually affected his win rate for quite a while. He dropped down to, I believe, the low 40s. Now, I haven't looked at Dota Buff in a while, but it might have gone back up just a little bit as people kind of got adjusted to this new Tinker. Basically, the big change I could think of off the top of my head is in March of the Machines. It now does magical damage, and because all the Ancients are immune to magic damage now, he basically can't farm Ancients, which really does stagnate his farm, because Radiant Tinker would just farm Ancients.
Yes. But that being said, it's not all magic that they're immune to. There are certain spells that do actually go through. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I heard something was changed about.
An Enigma getting picked up as the last pick for the Radiant here. There's a lot of AoE here. I'm looking at now. The only pick that kind of I don't want to say concerns me, but the only pick that makes me scratch my head is the Io. Now,
Io Bristle or Io Tide. But I think Io Bristle's better.
Yeah, it's just again, I'm not seeing it right away, but you know, we'll give it.
I can see Io Bristle working. It's kind of, it's not like Io Tiny where you destroy towers. It's where he can actually relocate in and go on a murder spree. But it is going to be a carry Bristleback.
Bristleback, yeah.
Thank you.
Which is interesting. His Warpath, goddammit, his Warpath did get. No, it didn't. What got?
It got rescaled a while ago, and it's more powerful the higher.
That was in 6. Yeah, that was in 6.81. Correct. All right.
It hurts to deal with him when he starts getting his Warpath going, though.
Yeah. So the Radiant are really gonna have to rely on a.
Oh, what is this with all the Radiant smoked up bot?
Dire.
Whatever. I'm sorry.
Smokes and popped. Nothing's probably gonna come of it, but let's never say never. Io's moving in here. There's the Ogre.
I don't know.
There's the Fire Blast. There's the Skewer. Damage coming out. There goes the Squills. Io just needs to get out of there. He's gonna go down. The first blood to the Tinker.
Well,
down they go. First blood. Tinker getting first blood. Not something you want. Out comes the Quills. There's the Fire Blast. They're gonna go for the second kill here. Bristleback getting pretty low, just Quill. Tinker getting pretty low too. He doesn't know to keep fighting that, but he's going to. One more Quill. There we go. Bristleback gets the kill on the Tinker, thanks to the tower coming in there. Tinker basically losing his advantage right off the bat. Actually, let's show the fight recap real quick. Actually, Tinker did gain 344 gold even after that. Bristleback walking away with 250 himself. Not too bad there. Interesting fight off the bat. All right, moving on. Did that actually affect any levels? No, it didn't. Let's zoom on in here, get into the fight. Tinker already up in lane there with the Death Prophet on the Radiant side. Introducing the teams here. Let's just do a quick pan through, shall we? Starting with the Radiant here, we have Tidehunter in the off lane for Team GG on the Radiant. Magnus up here solo off lane, or solo safe lane, sorry, for what is this, X Zone? Yeah, X Zone, that's right, Team X Zone on the Dire there. Moving into the mid lane here, we have Death Prophet in the middle for Team GG, and on Team X Zone we do have the Tinker for the Dire. Pretty common matchup. Another member of Team GG here, the Enigma, chilling in the jungle, gonna do his thing. Io going down to the Wraith King, Shadow Shaman, Ogre Magi, tri-lane, sorry. Aggro tri-lane. Io, maybe not the best choice for an aggro tri-lane.
No, he's normally played as a backup mid, like supporting the mid player. Yeah. But since they've gone with Enigma, they can't actually enforce that like playstyle for the IO, giving it really difficult time in this tri-lane because there's tons of stuns. There's lockdown for days.
Yeah, indeed. You have Ogre Magi who's got a 1.5 second stun. You got a Shadow Shaman who's got Hex Shackle, sorry, the last almost 3 seconds. And then you got a Wraith King with a 2-second stun followed by a 2-second slow. So this tri-lane, or sorry, not even, this safe lane down here for the Radiant the Bristleback IO. This is going to be a pretty hard lane to sort of lane with. You know, the Enigma could roll in. Ogre Magi actually getting a little aggressive here, pacing around, going for this bounty rune here. They've already blocked off the safe camp there for the Radiant with a little sentry ward there, just keeping things, just, you know.
I'm going to blow your mind for a second, though.
Yo, what's up?
This IO player has played 10 games on IO, has a 60% win ratio with a 2.19 KDA.
Alright, so let's not count our chickens before they're hatched then, I guess. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Like, look, I'm willing to give IO a fair shake. I think he's an incredibly hard support to play, but when played absolutely correctly, he is probably one of the best supports in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, interesting observer ward here. It doesn't quite... Oh, no, it does actually catch the rune. Interesting. Or maybe it doesn't. I can't tell.
Why don't you just change the view?
I would, but guess what? I had a friend thing pull up. And it blocked my little spectator thing.
Wow,
okay, actually, no.
Wow,
so,
totally professional here.
Shh. And look, I can't change it. It's too late. Uh-oh, hang on. Let's look at the Radiant Courier here. Tinker, might he get it? There's one shot. There we go. Radiant Courier going down. And in fact, the bottle for the Death Prophet was on there. There's the laser. Tinker getting the kill and the Courier kill. Bristleback, though, in the bot lane here, managed to take out the... Who was it? I think... Who was it? Ogre Magi. God. Man, if only I could pay attention a little bit better. Got the Ogre Magi down the bot lane. Kill going to Bristleback. That is cash money going his way. Taking a look at the net worth just off the bat. Tinker pulling ahead in the first place there at about 2150. You're seeing the Bristleback sitting at 1900, and rounding out the top three here is the Wraith King sitting at 1850. Taking a look at the last hits here. Tidehunter in first place up in the top lane. Beating Magnus by 4 last hits here. Magnus sitting only at 13, his lane rival, if you will. Shadow Shaman taking out Io. Bristleback, though, going deep with the quills. Just quilling. Just quill. Come on, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Ooh! So close, so close. Wraith King bot back. He's TPing in. Bristleback gets a kill. Double kill there. Taking out the Wraith King and the Ogre Magi. He's going to escape. Mind you, the Wraith King is back in the lane. Bot back. I don't know if that was the best choice for him right off the bat there, but we'll see. We'll see.
Oh my goodness. I feel bad for this Enigma right now. Well, first of all, I checked up on his stats. He's never played Enigma in his life, and he is showing it.
Yeah, well, I guess. Let me see.
He's got 10 last hits. Enigma's usually exploding out the jungle. He can't micro his demonic conversion Eidolons at all. He's struggling. Like, and then he went for Malefice before he even went for Midnight Pulse. You go Dark Conversion, Midnight Pulse, Dark Conversion, Malefice, gank.
Yeah, I think it sort of depends. I agree with you, but I think it is sort of situational. Oh, Bristleback taking out the Wraith King. We got some Mortal Kombat Dota going down here in this bot lane. I don't disagree with you. I think it's sort of situational. If you think you can get a level 3 gank off, I would say Demonic to Malefice to Demonic. But if you're not going to go for a level 3 gank and instead going to push that to a level 5 gank, then yes, I agree with you 100%. Demonic, Midnight Pulse, Demonic into... Oh no, Malefice is actually level 4. Derp. Close enough.
Yeah, it'd be a level 4 gank rather than a level 2 gank.
Yeah, true.
Like,
so I think it just depends. Like, I don't disagree, but it's a sort of situational moment.
With how his bot lane was going, he kind of had to go with the farming build.
Yeah.
He should have known that from point 1, to be honest. Especially with first blood going to the Tinker and just Tinker being able to move around with the aggro try.
Oh, we got some voodoo going on in this bot lane here. Ogre Magi getting styled on by this Io. In comes the Wraith Fire Blast. Bristleback into the shackles, into the Fire Blast. Down he goes. That is a lot of gold going towards the Shadow Shaman. I just realized I have not changed my Fog of War to both teams.
What did you do?
No, it was on Radiant side only. It's fine. I fixed it. Hang on, here comes Tinker. Is he going to get a kill on this IO? Probably. There's the laser, there's the rockets. Burst.
He just, yeah, he's going the non-marching machines build now. That's fairly common recently.
It also kind of makes sense seeing that he's on the dire side, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, sure, he could farm up these here. If you look at the menu app, it's sort of circling that like triple camp.
I can't see what you do. Remember,
but for the lovely audience at home watching this video. That sort of triple camp here, right? There's the large camp and then the 2 medium camps here. And here, Bristleback getting another kill down the bot lane. Going in on that Shadow Shaman. Magnus rotated down bot. Io, though, getting pretty low. Bristleback, though, trying to save his best friend in the whole wide world. Out comes the Snot, out comes the Q, in comes Rockets. Tinker going on that Tidehunter. Tidehunter goes down to the laser. Bristleback diving deep. He gets a triple kill. That Wraith King's TPing in. Bristleback needs to get out of here. He's getting pretty low. Huge heals coming in from the IO. Mind you, is it going to be enough? No. Fire Blast comes out from the Ogre Magi. Down goes the Bristleback. Wraith King getting the right click there. Wraith Fire Blast coming in. IO's going to go down too. More right clicks. Ogre Magi get the final right click there on that IO. Down he goes. Let's hope a fight recap comes up for that, because I'd love to see the numbers. Oh, speak of the devil. There we go. Bristleback walking away with 723 gold there in exchange. Mind you, the Dire pulled out ahead with 901 gold. XP going in favor of the Dire as well, just a little bit in 1775 versus that. Death Prophet actually takes out the Ogre Magi while we are talking here, but she's going to go down. Wraith Fire Blast comes out, the Hex wears off, she's getting right click down, pops her bottle, heals.
She has phase, she's getting out.
Yeah, she's just way too fast.
Let me just quickly say, before that Death Prophet kill...
Okay, yeah, go.
Okay, before the Death Prophet kill, Bristleback had every single one of Radiant's kills.
Okay.
He had 8, he's 8-2-0.
Magnus getting styled on by some Exorcism Spirits. Death Prophet getting really low there. In comes the IO with the heals. Huge heals, actually.
Bottle.
Oh, IO, yeah, IO's got the bottle. I actually saw this.
He bottled
earlier today.
Yep.
Bottle IO. You just use your, basically you tether, you bottle, and you use your overcharge to keep doing damage to yourself, so that way you pop out basically huge heals.
Yep.
Tether amplifies the heal just a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 1.5 the amount. So they actually heal for 50% extra on top of the bottle. So the bottle already restores you 135 health and 70 mana. Now basically add 50% onto that. The rough math is like 210 health and 105 mana.
Yeah. It's really good, especially when you're playing like Tiny Mid with a support IO. He just has regen for days. You rush the bottle on the IO with like tangos and maybe some other stuff, just to make your laning easier for the Tiny when he has to face up against mainly ranged heroes, such as like an Invoker. Yeah, it's absolutely like terrifying to actually watch.
And not only that, I guess that the team has good enough communication. Ever since they made that change in 6.82, the 2 runes now spawn in the river, as we all know, of course, because we all know what we're talking about. You know, it wouldn't be absurd to let IO grab a rune once in a while.
Yeah,
as long as the team is in good communication. So this gives Bottle IO actually a pretty good chance. Ogre Magi is going to be able to TP. No, he does not. IO actually picked up the kill there with a right click.
Carry IO inbound.
Yeah, carry IO incoming. Just wait till he gets a Heaven's Halberd. And it's all Ogre now.
Oh.
Bad joke is bad.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
But having it's okay.
Dyer's top tower is under
Hang on,
attack.
looks like we're gonna have something here. Magnus has his ultimate burst polarity. Down goes that T1 though. There's IO, gets hit with the
Shockwave.
Shockwave, thank you. Gets hit with the shockwave. Down he goes. Magnus snagging the kill there. Gonna try and escape. Dyer on a bit of the back foot there. Hang on, here comes the Bristleback. Out comes the Snot. Silence comes up. Magnus can't do anything. No reverse polarity coming in. There we go. No, he tried to skewer. Death Prophet gets it with the Crypt Swarm. Now Tinker. Oh, there we go. That's a 2-man Ravage. Down he goes. Tidehunter getting the kill on the Tinker. Not looking too good for the Shadow Shaman. He goes down to Exorcism. Ogre Magi back in the fight there. Out comes an Ignite. Oh, double hit. Tidehunter. No, should survive. Yeah, pops a tango right there. Should be able to go. Relatively low health though. You got actually the Wraith King down here pushing this bot lane. Let's just take a look at the farm real quick. Wraith King's exploding, sitting at 43 last hits now. Second place is Tidehunter, and rounding out the top 3 there is the Bristleback. Oh, sorry, tied with the Enigma at 33. Enigma starting to get back a little bit of farm, although yes, he is still behind. Blink Dagger though. Up on the Enigma.
He has nothing else though. He doesn't even have boots.
Oh no, he's still behind. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, you know, having a Blink Dagger is a pretty good utility item for him, and that could give them some team fight potential. Team fight potential.
Team fight.
Man, I forgot to do my vocalization exercises before we started this.
Well, you were in game before we started this.
I also don't do vocalization exercises at all.
Well, I don't.
How
does that work? I don't know what you do with your life.
I imagine you just say unique New York a lot until like
unique New York. Wow.
See, it's a tongue twister. Look,
unique New York. Okay.
Yeah. Anywho, let's get back to this game and stop talking about stuff I don't do. Let's take a look at the net worth graph. We'll also look at the gold graph. Yeah, we'll look at the graph. Let's start with the net worth. Radiant, sitting at about a 5k net worth lead. Looking at the gold lead, sitting at about a 2k gold lead. So, not too bad there. XP lead, again, Radiant also in the lead, sitting at about a, we'll say 2.5 for the sake of argument there.
I want to see Death Prophet's recent win rates, because she did get that nerf, but I've been seeing her day in, day out being played professionally.
Well, the thing is, her nerf wasn't huge necessarily.
It wasn't.
And that's the thing, so like it is a nerf, you know, for all intents and purposes. Hang on, we got a huge team right there. Bristleback getting pretty hurt there. Here comes the reverse polarity and the black hole. Huge eye getting the kill off the Shadow Shot. The Death Prophet taking out the Magnus. Good for him. And Ogre Magic going to catch you. Oh, Io getting that kill too. Oh, Raking though, he has the resurrection. Right click's coming in, he's going down. Resurrection swamp. Io not looking to get the T1's actually going to take him out. Oh, maybe it's not. Is he going to get range? No, Io goes down to the T1. Down he goes. Where is that Wraith King? Oh, he blinked away. Wraith King blinked away. Oh, he's right over there. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Death Prophet, though, taking out the Tinker, I imagine with her Exorcism Spirits, maybe hit him with Crypt Swarm. Not too certain on that. Let's pop that fight recap there. The Dire, oh no, never mind, that was only for the Tinker death. I don't want to see that, I want to see for the whole fight. But here we go. Here comes the boom. Wraith King throws out his Wraithfire Blast, getting still hit by those Exorcism Spirits. Wraith King gonna go down, doesn't have his resurrection. No, he's not gonna go down. Right click's coming in. There we go. Enigma gets that. Let's pull out just a little bit there. Io sitting on that Death Prophet, looking pretty, healing her up, using the bottle. Crypt Storm comes out. Ogre Magi looking pretty low. Out comes the Shockwave there. Down they go. Double cast on the Io. In comes the Shackles. Io getting kind of low. He's got Ignite on him. There's the Q. Huge TP. He manages to TP just before the Shockwave hits him. Goes back to base. He's going to sacrifice himself. The Dire are going to wait for him. And there we go. In comes the
Tidehunter.
Huge Ravage. 3-man Ravage. Maybe not going to get anything out of it, but that's okay. Yeah, there's the Shackles. Reload coming in on the Tinker. And he's going to go down. There we go. Tinker getting the kill with his Q. But in comes the Death Prophet. Nope. Throws it a Q. Gets the silence off. But nothing going to happen out of that. Damn, that was a hell of an IO play.
Yeah.
Like, he was there, and then he just disappeared, and I was like, what? Excuse me? Did he manage to get that relocate off? And lo and behold, he was sitting there with the Death Prophet, and being the real player that he is, Io just sacked himself, took himself back to the mid lane all by himself, and, well, got wrecked.
Yeah, well, of course. He's only an IO. He's the lowly support.
He's just a little ball of light.
Yeah, but here, let me quickly regale you with some stats. Death Prophet still has an above 50% win ratio, even with her nerfs, which makes sense because they're not huge. She still is a tower pushing machine. Instead of going like QE, QE, QR, you now QE, 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 R. So you max out both Q and E, then you go R finally. Yep, just so that you can get more spirits out of it. Then you can get level 2. Like level 2 just gives you that much more. But Io, I checked Io stats. I'm actually crying for Io. Has a 39% win rate.
Yeah, no, that does not surprise me in the least.
No,
I would like to see it now. I don't expect you to find these, but I would like to see what Io stats are when in the hands of professional players.
Okay,
because
I can probably find that.
If you can, cool. If not, because call me crazy, I'd expect those stats to jump up by about 10%.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me if those stats jumped up by about 10%. Just because, you know, and I'll agree, Io's a hard hero to play. Like, forget the support, he's just really hard to play. You know, he needs to be played sort of specifically. I just want to point out, Exorcism is just doing work here. But Ogre Magi is going to stop that there. Out comes the Fire Blast, takes out the Death Prophet. Shadow Shaman, though, getting getting the Quill just a little bit. Ogre Magi trapped in the black hole. More Quills coming out. Enigma getting the kill on that. Wraith King, though, just sort of being left to his own devices there. Right clicks come in. He might take out the Bristleback. In comes down with the heal. Fire Blast. Ogre Magi did buy back. He is there. Mind you, down goes the Wraith King. The split between them. Io goes down. No! And so does the Bristleback to the Ignite. Ogre Magi picking up a double kill there. Man, this is some intense Dota. We gotta pause. Why do we have a pause? Report Enigma. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Guys, you're all friends. Bristleback, for whatever reason, said report Enigma. I don't even know why.
They're probably friends, to be honest.
I would like to think that they are acquaintances of some sort.
I'm still
Mine's-
laughing that your and my win rate together is over 50%.
Yeah, that's because we boys for show.
Even when I play with my girlfriend or like my friend from university, we have shit win rates together when compared to you and me.
I mean, look, we have a bond that transcends win rates.
No wonder my girlfriend thinks that you're gonna steal me from her.
I mean, look, Dan, I'm flattered, but to be honest,
Yeah, no, I know.
I have my own vices in life that just some people can't deal with, and that's fine.
Yeah, like Loda.
Yo, don't talk about Loda.
I'm...
We don't need to drag. Look, I was Loda free for like 4 months, and now you just bring him back up like it's nothing.
Oh, also, he has a 47.8 win rate when pros play him.
Io?
Yep.
Yo, look at me, Colin. Okay, well, first.
Yeah.
Shout out to you for finding that, because that felt really like that was a really obscure stat I was trying to have you find.
Yeah.
But 2, called it.
Did you want to know what he also his win rate is with a tiny in game?
It would not surprise me if that was sitting at about like 60%.
You'll be surprised.
I'd be surprised if it was lower than 47%.
Okay, well, fine. It's actually 70%.
Okay, so I mean,
So-
again, I'm not necessarily.
But this is professional
surprised.
stats, so guys, if you're watching this, don't do that.
Well,
Unless
no,
you're like,
don't be afraid to do it.
don't be
because-
afraid to do it. You have a 70% chance of winning if you're as good as the pros.
Because trip on this for a minute. Trip on this. So I
Yeah.
play with a buddy. His name's
Nate.
Fuck. I wasn't gonna name drop here, but okay.
I'm gonna name drop because he's actually pretty nice.
And for like a month
Shout out
straight.
to Nate.
Shout out to Nate. Stop. For like a month straight, we played Tiny IO.
Yeah.
And we played Tiny IO about, I'd say, 16 times in that month.
Yeah.
And man, those first 4 times were really rough.
Oh yeah.
They were really rough. But by the end of it, like we were just tripping on people.
Yeah.
Just tripping on
Now
people.
I have a question for you. Were you
Yeah, what's
playing
up?
mid tiny or were you playing safe?
No,
lane
we
tiny?
played safe lane Tiny.
Okay, try mid tiny next time if you ever
Real
get a
quick
chance.
though, this was back in like 6.8, 6.81.
Oh god, play him now in mid with an IO rushing bottle. It's god tier.
I have no intention on ever playing IO ever again.
Why?
I played him for like the 1 month, and that was enough.
Fuck it,
Now I'm
you're
back-
not me are gonna play him then.
Now I'm back to my good old fashioned like Witch Doctor. And who else do I support as
Lich is good now. Lich is good. I like that his
He was
his
always
cross armor
good. Lich was never really bad.
He's
but-
better now though.
Sure. Ogre Magi kind of getting styled on down here in the bot lane, throwing out some right clicks there. He did get Yules to buy the death.
All
Hang
the
on,
spirits.
Hang on, there's the Tinker. Tinker coming in, throws out the robot, March of Robots.
March of the Machines.
Machines, robots, same thing. In comes the rocket,
God.
huge damage there. Death Prophet getting kind of low, but everyone's going to back away. Take just what they can. Only 2 towers down right now. We're 17 minutes into the game. We have the mid T1 on the Dire down. Oh, and this, actually, sorry. Yeah, no, both towers are actually on the Dire side. So Dire missing 2 T1 towers. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. It just takes me a minute.
I was gonna say, have you been drinking? Because I know I have.
Not
and
yet.
you're really showing that you.
Hang on, here we go. Where's this? Magnus is here. He's got the reverse polarity. Death Prophet, Tidehunter, and Io all in there. He just needs to get a nice RP off. Tidehunter doesn't have his ult. He popped it earlier. Death Prophet though going down. Wraith King getting the kill. In comes the... Oh, there's the reverse polarity. Snags the Io, snags the Tidehunter. Wraith King goes down, but he does have the resurrection. Magnus getting the kill on the Tidehunter. Shadow Shaman snagging that kill on the Io with his Ether Shock. Blast. Shock. Yes. I forgot a lot of the spells' names because I usually just I call them by their button designation.
Q.
So yeah, so Shadow Shaman's Q, Wraith King's Q, Wraith King's R. Like I don't call them by their name, I just call them by their button designation.
Yeah.
So I kind of forgot a lot of the spells, like their actual names, and you know, if you want to try and be like a somewhat legitimate caster, it kind of helps to know it. It kind of helps knowing the spells' actual names, because it makes it sound like you know a thing or two.
49.5% win rate on Shadow Shaman recently. He's gone down from his 51%.
Again, he received a very similar nerf to what Death Prophet got.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the sort of trend I've been noticing with this patch here, as the Dire wail on this T2,
Seriously.
I feel like I should make a comment about the game once in a while.
Yeah.
between our casual musings of Dota.
I'm just doing what I do. I do stats, bro.
No, and I mean, look. Anywho, back to Shadow Shaman. So, back to actually this patch. The sort of trend I think I'm noticing with this patch, or what I perceive to be this patch, is this patch is really focusing on team fighting, working as a team, and commitment.
Yeah.
So,
or if you're Alliance, 4 protecting 1 strategies, which actually work.
yeah, and so I can discuss that in just a second.
Okay.
Going real quick, so we need to look at the mechanics of the towers before we sort of go on. The towers received some sort of interesting buffs between 6.81 and 6.82. And actually, one changed the game mechanics just a little bit. So the Glyph of Fortification, every 5 minutes you can pop the glyph and your structures are invincible for 5 seconds. Just for people that might not know what that glyph does. For like the two of you that don't know. There you go. Now the T1 tower, when the T1 tower goes down, if your glyph has been popped and is on cooldown, that glyph will get refreshed immediately. So what that basically means is that, you know, you might as well pop it. Because worst case scenario, the tower goes down and you get it back again immediately. Best case scenario though, you pop it, your team gets there and is able to defend it, and then you stop that push and maybe snag a couple kills in the process.
Yeah.
You know, best case scenario.
Yeah.
Now, if we look at the T2, they got a buff. The T2 has gone from 20 armor to 25 armor. Now,
1 second, team fight, top lane, come on.
I'm seeing this. We're trying to explain. Tinker getting down pretty low. He's got the silence on. Income script from. He just got nuked down. I'll getting the right click there. Ogre Magi trying to start something, but he's going to get quilled down. Oh, no, he's just going to TP away. He's smart, but do we get the Q? No, we do not. Oh, it was on cooldown, actually. Malefice on cooldown from the Enigma. Couldn't get his Q off and stop the teleport, but that's alright. Sprout just typed nothing.
What?
I saw that. I saw that.
Anything.
Exactly. I don't know. It just popped up Dota TV, Sprout.
Weird.
Weird indeed. Anywho, so back to the T2 real quick. T2 received a 5 armor buff.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Now that might sound insignificant to most people, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe 1 armor adds 6% to effective HP.
Roughly, yeah.
So that basically means the tower secretly got a 30% effective HP buff. If I'm sort of doing my rough math in my head right. Team fight up in the top lane. Wraith King is silenced. Take it down to about half health. Pops his armlet. Bristleback, Hexed, and Shackled. Magnus, though, taking out the Death Prophet. Bristleback trying to escape here. Blink Dagger coming in from the Enigma. Pops out his Malefice into the Midnight Pulse. Wraith King going to go down. Ultimate, though, is up. Ogre Magi destroys the Enigma with his Fire Blast. Shadow Shaman getting pretty low there. Enigma takes out the Shadow Shaman. Tinker taking out the Bristleback. Io is the only one left there. He's going to go down. Wraith King gets the right click on that. Down goes the Io. And Tidehunter's just going to blink away. Just going to blink away. Not much you could do there. Tinker TPing down to the spot lane there, and just Martian Machines coming, gonna push that lane, doing you know, just Tinker things.
Yeah, seriously. But
so the tower basically received a 30 HP or 30% HP buff secretly with this.
Are you kidding me?
Did you watch that Tidehunter?
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't notice that they stuttered. Oh my god.
Well, I saw it on my minimap and I had to double check that he was like in Diz or something. And, well, yes, he is. Anyway, so back to this real quick. That basically means that if you want to push in on that T2, you really have to commit a lot harder. Not only that, especially if you're going from a T1 to a T2 push, which is very common in late game, especially if T2s and T1s aren't down yet. If you're doing a T1 straight to a T2 push, you have to watch out for the glyph, because the glyph will most likely be back up. Which kind of stops the push, especially at that T2. T3s and T4s, my understanding is they're unchanged, so there's really nothing there to discuss. But it's basically that T2 here. The only other change to the towers is their bounties got cut by about 40%. Yeah, meaning that they give nowhere near as much gold as they used to back in 6.81.
You still get a good amount of gold if you get last hit on the tower, which really stresses get the last hit on the tower.
What did Io just do? Did he just like bait out a Wraith King blink? I think he did. And Io's gonna TP out of there. No, he does not. Wraith King gets the kill there. Out comes the Ravage, 3-man Ravage. Bristleback takes out the Shadow Shaman. Also the Magnus. Wraith King though takes out the Tidehunter in the process. Right clicks. There's the Wraith Fire Blast. Wraith King does not have his ultimate. He needs to get out of there, but he is not. The Snot is keeping him firmly rooted in place. Triple kill to the Bristleback. This Bristleback is swole. Oh, Tinker's gonna get away.
Well, of course he was. I don't think he's entirely swole because he's going Vanguard into Sanjin Yasha, and into what seems
into
to
a
be...
no, into a Crimson Guard. Ooh,
Yeah.
you get to see a Crimson Guard. Crimson Guard's actually incredible.
It's actually really good for breaking tier 3s, but what I wanted to say
Yeah.
earlier when you were talking about the tier 2 change, the tier 2 is now basically a tier 3.
Yes, more or less. It's a T3 out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, with not as much damage, with 20 less damage, 22
And,
actually.
yeah, and no high ground to deal with, really.
Well, no shit, but it's a lot harder to... Well, you know how hard to take down T3s are.
Well, I mean, depends on how long the game goes, but yeah, you usually got to commit.
Yeah, and so T2s are now more commit heavy.
Oh, wow. Death Prophet really set up her own death there.
Yeah.
No pun intended in that point. Also, the curve went down for the Radiant side. No cargo on it, though. Oh, because Bristleback did get his Crimson Guard. He's going in, doing damage, pops it. Out goes the Radiant. Nice. Oh, he's over there. Bristleback just taking damage. He's going to go down. Even with the Crimson Guard, he is not unassailable. Ogre Magi taking out the Enigma there. Death Prophet, she had her Exorcism up and actually took out the melee Necro Creep with her Exorcism, which did damage, a whole bunch of damage to her, and then Ogre Magi just strolled up and fire blasted her, basically snagging the kill there for himself.
Can I
Death
quickly
Prophet,
say something?
Dan, this is a free space. If you have some concerns that you'd like to raise, please
I just noticed a problem with the Navi Weasel Crow Courier. If it dies as its in-flight form, it literally just flies up into the sky, so you're not supposed to see it when it dies. But when you zoom all the way out, you see it.
Where?
Just by where the T2 top of Dire is. If you zoom all the way out, you can see it.
Where is it? I don't see it. Maybe I'm blind. Oh,
Well,
there it is. There it is.
Yeah, it's literally when this thing dies, it just flies to the max height of the game.
Dead game. Dead game.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Literally,
Unplayable.
literally, hang on. Yeah, literally unplayable. Look at that. There we go. You'll see this in the video. I've zoomed in right on it. You can very clearly see that. Anywho, all right.
I like that.
Okay. No, that's a
really
interesting little bug. All right. Maybe it's not even a bug. Maybe it's just how the game's designed.
Well, it was designed so that it just flies out of sight so that it's dead. But since we can now zoom out so far, it's just like, well, hello there.
Hang on, we got a smoke here. It's getting popped. Wraith King, his DD just went down. In comes the Ravage. 4-man Ravage.
Wow.
In comes Enigma. Doesn't have his black hole. Reverse polarity coming in. Magnus, though, going pretty low. Kills coming in. Bristleback getting the Magnus. Wraith King, though, taking out the Enigma. Death Prophet takes down the Shadow Shaman. Wraith King goes down. Ogre Magi takes out the Aya with a Fire Blast. Death Prophet getting pretty low here herself. There she goes. Wraith King did come back up with Resurrection. Ogre Magi just beating on this Bristleback. Bristleback, though, he's got quills. Mad quills, bro. No, he's going to go down. Ogre Magi getting the kill with his Fire Blast as well. Wraith King toggling that armlet, trying to just get alive. Blink coming in from the Tidehunter. He's going to escape. This is not looking too good for the Radiant. They seem to be on quite the back foot, even with that early game advantage that we looked at earlier. In fact, let's check the gold graphs now. It's been a while. Taking a look at the net worth there, the Radiant are being pushed down to about a 0 net worth again. It hasn't updated with that last team fight there, but about no advantage in the net worth. If we look at the gold, though, a 4K gold lead for the Dire. So hasn't translated into net worth, but has translated into a bit of a gold lead there. If we look at the XP differential, though, the Dire are sitting at about a 4K XP lead versus the Radiant there. So the levels in the Dire favor, gold in the Dire favor, but net worth still in the Radiant favor for now. Mind you, I bet you just changed. No, still sitting at 0. Okay.
Wow, Necro 3 on the Ogre Magi.
Yep. Not too bad. Gives him some int, gives him some strength. Look at him. Sit at 21, level 18, 2100 HP, 11 armor, 144 damage.
Pure skill.
Pure skill. Yeah, not only that, pure skill. Now, the Necro book I think is an interesting pick because usually, with the builds I've interacted with Ogre Magi, they typically recommend you build an Aghanims. Now, as support Ogre Magi, that's actually pretty hard to build. Necro 3, I don't know what that gold is off the top of my head.
A lot.
Yeah, oh jeez, hang on, let's stick on this. Another smoke was popped here. Shadow Shaman and Ogre Magi, they're just waddling around, doing their thing. Look it up here. Bristleback actually getting caught out here. He's going to go down. Let's move the shotgun out of the way. There's a triple cast there. Someone got shackled. I believe it's the Bristleback. Yes, it was. He's taking damage. Eye goes down. Tinker gets it with the rocket. One more right click. Down they go. Ogre Magi getting the kill. I believe that was a Q there, taking him out.
Yeah. And also...
2 quick kills. Enigma, though, destroying... Oh, no, Enigma and the Tidehunter taking out that bot T1. Or bot T1.
But a T1 for a T2 is not worth it. And also...
2 kills.
Yeah, and also Necronomicon level 3 is 1,000 gold higher than a Agnum Scepter.
Okay, so about 5,200?
5,200 exactly.
Alright, interesting. This could actually be a T2 for T2, mind you, still in the advantage of the Dire. Out they come, there's the Fire Blast, out comes the Ignite. Tidehunter not looking too good, he's most likely going to go down, but there's probably be a trade for the Ogre Magi. No, actually, Death Prophet is running away. Her Exorcism Spirit's going with her. Tinker takes with the Enigma. Enigma, though, popped his black hole before he died.
Yeah.
Enigma buying back into the game, black holeless. Down goes the T3 Shadow Shaman with his Serpent Hordes. Just wrecking the T3. Now we have exposed racks in the top lane here for the Radiant. The Dire have been pushed up to their T3 down that bot lane, though, and to a T3 in their top lane as well. Again, Radiant kind of on the back foot here.
Yeah. Well, let's just look at their lineup, to be honest. We got Death Prophet, who wants to push down towers, right? She's yes, she can team fight. She can team fight with the best of them. Tidehunter, literally a team fight monster. Enigma, also another team fight monster. Io, not built for team fights. Neither is Bristleback, to be honest. I know you're gonna say but here's the thing. He's one, not fast enough to go from person to person, say like a Void. Two, he's not a normal Blink Dagger builder. There are better carries out there, say Terrorblade, because his win rate's through the roof right now. His professional play is through the roof right now. And also, Io wants to destroy towers and take people to destroy those towers. But with the Death Prophet's ult being on a longer cooldown, it's less likely that he's going to bring the Death Prophet with him. I think that's what they were going to go for.
Maybe.
But you look on the Dire side, you got a Tinker who can keep lanes pushed, while Ogre Magi, when the rest of his team fights, and then all Tinker does is TP in and March of the Machines the entire team fight, and it's just like ow, 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 ow.
I mean, we're seeing sort of two different AoE compositions here.
Yeah.
You know, the Radiant have a whole bunch of AoE there. You're looking at the Crypt Swarm, you're looking at the Ravage, Anchor Smash, Midnight Pulse, Black Hole, into the the Spirit move. What's it called? Spirits. It's actually just called Spirits.
Yes.
Oh my god. And then into Bristleback's Quills. That's on the Radiant side. But yeah, if you look at the Dire side, we kind of got Rockets, I guess. March of the Machines is a better example. You got Ignite. You have Ether Shock. You have Magnus's Shockwave. And not only that, Reverse Polarity into Shockwave. Like, basically, it's just different AoEs.
You also have Empower on the Wraith King, giving him a cleave with a crit, with lifesteal, making him more useful.
Yeah, Empower from the Magnus onto the Wraith King.
Exactly.
Just to clarify.
Well,
for those
okay,
who might be
yes.
confused.
And also, it seems like the Radiant keep forgetting that when a Wraith King dives right at you, he's just going to die with his ult up.
And that's the whole point.
Yeah,
Do as
and
much damage as you can. Hang on, we got a fight here. Tidehunter getting a 5-man Ravage, actually. Out comes lots of stuff. Wraith King destroys the Tidehunter in the process. Damage is coming out. Ogre Magi might go down. Bristleback takes out the Ogre Magi and the Shadow Shaman. Magnus, though, trading for the Death Prophet. Wraith King still up. Still has his ulti. Out he blinks, chasing the Bristleback. There we go. Toggles armlet. It's no real deal. Out comes his ultimate. Still has the Aegis, though. He snagged that Aegis just a few minutes ago in case we, well, I kind of missed that, but that's okay. Down he goes. Here comes the Aegis. Tinker, though, destroying this Enigma. Out comes the Black Hole. Tinker gonna go down. Bristleback getting that kill there. Now it's time to focus on the Wraith King. Wraith King trying to decide who to go. Now he's trying to escape. He spent too much time just sort of walking back and forth. Down he goes. Bristleback getting the kill there. Magnus escaping with practically nothing. Blinks away. And he's going to actually snag a haste ring. Lucky him. And he's going to be able to get out of there with no... Oh, maybe not. No, he gets snagged in the end. Maybe. No. Oh.
That was
the
beautiful.
Last tick of that urn. Oh, that was just... Yes.
So, quick question.
Yeah.
Why is it that every game we cast, we have an ADD Wraith King on our hands?
I mean, I don't know what I call him ADD. What happened there? What happened that last fight? It looked like he wanted to go swing at something, but then he thought to himself, no, I'm clearly gonna die and I have no way to come back. So he tried to escape, but then the IO got really close. So then he got that tunnel vision where he's like, well, I could at least get the IO. And And then, well, it all went downhill from there. Because Bristleback actually snagged the Skull Basher, totally missed that, and he actually ended up bashing the Wraith King, and, well, the rest is history.
Yeah. I mean, he's an Abyssal, because...
Oh, baby, Carry Bristleback is live.
Yes. Well, he is a mid-game carry, so he kind of has a time clicking on him at the moment.
Well, and, like, I think he I don't want to say he's at the peak, because he definitely has a couple slots left, but he's, you know, this is the moment. This is where the Radiant, I think, really want to start getting in the Dire's face. They have the push, they have the team fight, they have the items, in my opinion. I mean, Bristleback sitting on an Abyssal Blade, Sanjin Yasha, Crimson Guard, those are pretty big items. Tinker, though, he might be going down here. He pops the Ethereal Blade, out comes the Midnight Pulse, here comes the Ravage, hits 4 of them at least. In comes the Magnus. Magnus, they're not doing too much. Resurrection pop on the Wraith King. Damage coming in. Death Prophet going to go down. Exorcism, though, doing its fair share of work. Huge damage to the Wraith King. He's going to go down, too. Death Prophet will be traded, though, in the process. And that's a 3-for-1 trade. Death Prophet able to stay up just long enough to do huge damage with their Exorcism. In fact, managed to do about 4k damage, almost 5k damage by herself between all her spells.
Dire's middle
Yeah.
tower has fallen.
So Death Prophet, I mean, what's she sitting on actually? I didn't look at her items, I didn't get a chance to. She's sitting on a Reaver, a Rod of Atos. And yeah, no, a Reaver and a Rod of Atos. Let's check her stats real quick. Oh no, she's dead. I can't look at her stats. When she comes up, we'll look at her stats. Bristleback though, pushing this T3 in. He's just using the overcharge, using the tether from the IO to keep himself sustained, doing huge damage in the process. Huge right clicks coming in. You got some Eidolons there from the Enigma. This T3 is going to go down, and those are exposed racks. Possible going in for the racks.
Culadilas.
That's some sort of Latino flair that I do not know. These are mid-racks though going down. Down goes the melee, down goes the range. They're going deep. Shadow Shaman gets wrecked there by the Bristleback. Bristleback now going after Tinker. No, it looks like he might get out of there. There was a laser, totally missed. Io teleports his way out back to the fountain. He's gonna go die in the process though, unless... Curious to see what happens here. Is he gonna bring the Death Prophet with him? No, he's not. The Dire just waiting. And there we go. He gets totally destroyed in the process. That's okay. Totally expected. Io, being the team player that he is, gets sacked.
Yeah, this is why I shouldn't play IO, because I would just bring a teammate back with me and laugh.
Okay. You troll. Actually, okay, so looking at Death Prophet now that she's back up, sitting at, oh, she just picked up a Vitality Booster, actually. Sitting at 2,300 HP and 6 armor. Could maybe do something about that armor, but the 2,300 HP, not too bad. I mean, you know, again, we're at about 37-minute mark. I think it's really the armor that's limiting her, not so much the HP anymore.
She needs the Shivas.
Yep. I'd say Shivas for sure. You know, if she's feeling particularly, you know, fancy, maybe grab an AC. That could be interesting. Exorcism. Oh,
I wouldn't go with an AC.
Nate, you're ruining the cast, but I'm also ruining the cast because I forgot to turn off friend notifications.
But what did Nate do?
Just no, he's just, hey, how much longer? I'm like, well, I'm not answering him, of course, but that's okay. Back to the game. Yeah, getting an AC would be interesting. Mainly because, well, I'd be interested to see mainly because Exorcism is like, don't get me wrong, Shivas. Yes. AC would just be interesting. Oh, she's got a heart now, actually. So there we go.
She'll be going Shivas next. She needs to.
Yeah, mainly because Exorcism is physical. So I don't know. I think it would be interesting. Enigma getting pinged here, blinking himself into the trees. What is he doing?
I honestly feel that Bristle needs the AC more than Death Prophet.
That is
he
the right
does
choice.
right-click more than she does. But I do understand what you're saying. But Bristleback is a melee carry, so he needs to get in close anyways to actually use that aura.
Oh no, I agree. I mean, with this particular composition, yes. I think it'd be interesting in general to see AC on Death Prophet. I don't expect it to ever really happen anytime soon.
If not, Tidehunter can do it.
Yep, no. Tidehunter can get a Shivas or an AC. Yeah. Typically get Shivas, mainly to help his, mainly to actually a follow-up through the Ravage.
His horrible mana. Horrible
That too. I'd like to look at his int, please, game. Oh, God, you know what? Can you look at his int for me?
0.7 gain. He has about 43 at the moment. With 12
43
plus
12, so 55. Yeah. Which, that's not too bad. Again, he does have a Refresher's Orb, which, I don't even know if he has the mana. 325, that's 750. Oh no, 650. Sorry, derp.
He has enough.
And then
No, wait, 675, 975.
Yeah, he's missing. He's 10 men off. He does have arcanes though, so I think
He's fine to do it. But seriously,
he doesn't have enough base mana. Again, kind of funny. Not gonna laugh. There we go. There's one refreshers. There's the second one. Double ravage into a black hole. This could be GG. Wraith King, Enigma taking out the Tinker. Magnus takes up the Tyner. He took a lot of damage there. Out comes the extra resurrection up on the Wraith King. And there goes the Death Prophet Shadow Shaman getting the kill there.
I have Scotty in the middle of the fight. What the fuck?
Yo, I have Scotty. Don't diss.
No, I'm not gonna diss it. It's just really funny. In the middle of that fight, he gets an eye of Scotty.
Yeah, yo, ain't nobody got time to focus on the courier.
Seriously.
Wraith King gonna go down. Oh my god, I have Scotty on Bristleback. Yes, please.
Yeah, seriously, that just hurts.
Oh wow. This build is giving me, like, watching this game is giving me so many ideas on how to play Bristleback. I love Bristleback. Oh,
Bristleback is fun. I love playing him in the offlane, though. I couldn't play him as a carry.
There we go. This Shadow Shaman just getting wrecked. Nothing you can do. He gets like 4 hit. Down goes the racks. Down goes everything. This could very well be GG for the Dire. Waiting on the calls. Down goes the bot racks. That's 2 sets of racks down.
Yeah, and the only person on the Dire that has buyback is
Shadow Shaman.
Yeah.
Quick tip for people watching the game at home. If you look at the Shadow Shaman death ticker there, you can see there's a brief gold outline along the ticker. If that gold outline is present, that means buyback is indeed a thing.
Is it timer or ticker?
Ticker, timer, whatever.
Okay.
Bristleback destroying a tower. Tinker trying to style this Enigma. BKB is popped. He's gonna blink away into a TP scroll, and down he goes. Bristleback jumping on top of this Tinker. Tinker's gonna go down. Away he goes. Ogre Magi. No, don't take out the IO. What do you do? GG's getting called though. Tinker's calling GG. IO buying back just to be IO. Right click's coming in. This Ogre Magi, what a beast. Sitting on 25 armor at 2600 HP. This Bristleback is just, oh, he's hexed. He's skewered. Away he goes. Tidehunter getting the kill on the Ogre Magi though. Bristleback a little bit out of position there. Necronomicon unit trying to just wail on that. Tidehunter taking the damage from the Necro. Right click's coming in. Magnus. Oh, there's the shackles. Quill's just coming out.
Thanks to his passive. Oh,
Yepper. Bristleback. Hey! It's Bristleback.
Bristleback's own name is in his passive. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Talk
You
about
know you're cool,
narcissism.
man.
Talk about narcissism.
Yeah, seriously. And yeah, this is definitely G, to be honest.
Yeah, Mega Creep's coming in. Dire's Ancient's going down. And I think it's about time we say our goodbyes.
Yeah.
Oh, let's wait. The Ancient's going down. There's the Ravage. No refresher. The refresher's still down for 15 seconds. There's a reverse polarity. Shadow Shaman buying back. So clutch. So clutch. Tidehunter actually going down. Wraith King getting the kill there. He's trying to get away. Is he gonna? Oh my god. There we go. Is this done? Are we done?
Yeah.
There's a black hole!
Black hole!
Of course there's a black hole.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the Ancient. Down and away. That was actually a good game.
It was a good game.
I couldn't tell who could win. Like, sometimes you could tell just on the picks alone who's gonna win.
Yeah.
But like, there was a real fleeting moment there with the Dire, comeback mechanics. Comeback mechanics, 6.82. But still, congratulations. I'll just call you Team GG, even though it's not official. Congratulations, Team GG, beating out Team X Zone here. Good fight on both sides, though. Great game. Congratulations to both. I need to get this match ID. Okay, I'll grab it later. Just look at the footage. I'll look at the footage. Doesn't matter.
Professionalism at its finest.
Exactly. All right, I don't know. Final thoughts. That was a good game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I honestly couldn't have guessed who would have won.
Yeah, no. They actually surprised me with their win, to be honest. Like, yeah, I thought Bristleback would have fallen off a lot faster than that. But
yeah, he scaled pretty well. Again, he does last until about like that sort of like 50-minute mark. So I think he was starting to peter out, mainly because the Dire were starting to get pushed in there. Their farm wasn't as effective as it could be, and so basically it kind of gave Bristleback a little bit more space. So I feel like that's what gave him that sort of extended shelf life, if you will.
Yeah, fair. And also just IO was helping the entire time, just keeping him alive.
Yeah, that is true. I guess with the overcharge there, that would give Bristleback a pretty significant DPS boost. So, okay.
Yeah.
Anywho, that's been today's game, guys. Thank you so much for watching, supporting us, checking out our stuff. We see y'all on that there Reddit, and we appreciate all comments, negative and positive. Though my understanding is we haven't really received many negative comments, which
Not overly negative, just more work on this, work on that. Like nothing too.
constructive criticism.
Yeah, that's what I like to get because people are actually pretty nice on Reddit.
Yeah, man, and we appreciate it. We truly do. So thank you everyone for watching our stuff. We will be posting, as we do whenever we get a chance. We this isn't a job for us. This is just something we love to do. And that's about it. Signing off here. I've been John, aka Gummy Worms. Your
Sprout, aka Dan.
main caster, yeah, and my good friend, co-commentator, and statsman.
I tried to actually be a statsman this game.
No, look.
Sprout.
Shout out to you. You pulled out a really weird stat that I wasn't expecting you to find, and that yeah, that's your new job title.
He's barely ever picked though. Like I can't even believe how really he's picked, and he's really strong. And here's a tip on how to pick a tiny wisp combo. You go to the second pick stage. You are on Radiant most commonly. You first pick Io, and then they have to either bunker down and take the tiny away from you, or they have to cry when you beat them with it.
And with that lovely parting thought, we're out.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.